Mother! Kusaku says my friend Mr. Internet is bad because he always goes a roundabout way, so I can't play with him anymore. He's so mean to me.
Stop faking it!
Kusaku, don't insult her friend just because he takes the long way home, okay?
Oh, not you too.
Now, I'm just teasing you. There's a perfectly good reason why information passes through various points on the internet.
A good reason?
Yes. The key word is packet switching, you know?
Pocket switching?
Packet!
Packet?
A packet is a small package. Packet switching is a way to break down large data blocks into smaller blocks that are easier to send. On the internet, data is broken into smaller blocks and sent over communication lines.
Have you got it?
No. Why chop up the data on purpose? Why not, bam, send it as it is?
You think that would be simpler, but there is a reason why not.
What? Taking a roundabout route and chopping up all the data? This wouldn't all be because of a basic flaw in design, eh?
No, it's not like that.
Why don't we take a look at the situation leading up to the birth of the internet? Then, even Kusaku will be convinced it's the right way. It's 1957, and the former Soviet Union has successfully launched the world's first artificial satellite. During this period, the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a fierce standoff. The Americans feared the Soviets would use their rocket technology to initiate a nuclear attack. This scenario caused widespread alarm in the United States. If the United States was to sustain such an attack, officials had to be able to quickly determine the extent of damage and issue orders for a counterattack. A communication system able to sidestep disruption was essential. At that time, the most powerful communications tool in the United States was the telephone. But the telephone had a major weakness. The existing communication structure routed transmissions from an individual's telephone to the local telephone office and then on to the central telephone office. But this structure posed a serious risk. The destruction of the central telephone office could lead to a massive communications blackout. All transmissions would terminate and the entire system would be paralyzed. The United States needed a new communication system, one that would continue to function even if a single point in the network was destroyed. The person who tackled this issue was Paul Barron, an engineer working at a research facility attached to the military.
What was different in the work that I was doing is connecting each station to the nearest station to it, like a network, a fish network, a fish net. And so if you destroy part of it, the communication can go around other routes.
In 1964, Mr. Barron put his ideas for a new communication system down in a research paper. The paper was titled On Distributed Communications. In a telephone-based communication structure, the system could go down if the central information hub is destroyed. Mr. Barron proposed a decentralized network with communication lines distributed throughout the network in a fishnet pattern. The fishnet structure made it possible for information to reach its destination by following alternate routes that bypassed disabled points. Mr. Barron envisioned a network in which computers were placed at gateways, active entrance points to the fishnet structure, and information was converted into digital signals for transmission between these gateways. Sending digital signals by linking computers over a fishnet patterned network. Mr. Barron had conceived the prototype for today's Internet.
So these network gateway computers that Mr. Barron envisioned, are they part of today's Internet?
Yes, of course. This is a router. This is the computer placed at a gateway to the Internet. At the back of a router are a number of plugs for communication lines. Information flows in and then out through the cables fitted into these plugs. The router I just showed you is one of the smaller varieties. Some routers have plugs for a lot more lines.
Kisaku, do you remember earlier I showed you the data trail inside your computer?
Yeah. That thing that looked like a list.
A router is located at each of those points.
Routers communicate among themselves and, while assessing line traffic, determine which information should be sent out over which route.
What Mother means is that digital data is passed from one router to another. That's the delivery system of the Internet. It's like passing a baton in a relay race. Get it?
And it only looks roundabout because the information transits through a lot of computers.
Oh, roundabout is so undignified.
Sorry. But wait a minute.
Huh?
That fishnet pattern they mentioned, it doesn't have anything to do with the packet switching that breaks down data into small packages.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah? What then? Hey, maybe it has to do with Paul Barron. The data is Barron.
That's totally wrong.
Data travels to different destinations on that fishnet pattern network.
Hey! Hi, how far are you going?
I'm on my way to America. And you?
To Europe, but I'll pass through America.
Well, then we can travel together for a while, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Shall we?
Yeah. Off we go!
This illustrates how information heading to different destinations can travel the same route. If someone tried to send a large block of data at one time on this network,
Hey! Hi. Deliver this to Yellow Computer for me, okay?
No problem! Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's so heavy! Can the cable carry this kind of weight?
Well, guys, I'm counting on you.
We'll try.
and if this large block of data goes off all at once, it will cause a bottleneck on the network.
Hey, you guys, you're blocking the way here.
Sorry. Our package is really heavy and slowing us down.
I have to get this information to America right away. Let me go ahead, will ya?
We would if we could, but this data block is so big and heavy.
We'll get a move
Wait,
on.
okay?
Oh dear. Such a big data block monopolizes the road and causes backups all through the network. But what would happen if the large block of data was split into small packages, that is, packets, and then sent off?
This will be a breeze. No problem. Good to go now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Go! Okay, let's go.
Makes our job easier, too.
No late delivery for urgent data now.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Split into packets, large blocks of data can travel the same route as other data blocks without causing a traffic jam.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
You have a
package.
Thanks.
The package has certainly arrived, but it's of no use if it's all in pieces. So each packet is encoded with information to put the data block back together.
Right then, let's assemble the pieces. I'll just follow the numbers on the packets and... number 1.
The receiving computer assembles the data block sent separately. the data in each packet into the original data block.
There, done. What a snap. I'm just so good.
Smooth transmission of large data blocks is possible if they are split into lots of packets.
I see. The fishnet communication network sends data most efficiently when the blocks are chopped up first. Have I got it right?
That's it, exactly.
But the data is sent in pieces, right? So when it gets put back together, it'll be full of cuts and overlapping edges. It won't be exactly like the original, will it?
Oh, come on. Computers deal with digital data, remember? And digital data is...
Combinations of zeros and ones, right?
That's right. The data block was filled with zeros and ones in the first place. So even if the data is broken down and reassembled, it's exactly as it was originally, so no edges at all.
I get it. Packet switching is possible because the data is digital.
The idea for packet switching with digital data made the Internet possible. Do you realize the value of packet switching now, Kyusaku?
Yes. But I get mixed feelings thinking that the Internet was originally designed with war in mind.
It is true that packet switching was conceived for military purposes. But the practical application of the technology, that is, today's Internet, is actually quite different from the original concept.
Oh? How so?
Back then, the US military didn't find Mr. Barron's idea particularly brilliant, and they didn't have the right technology.
What? So then what happened to the Internet?
To answer that,
take a look right over here!
It was 1969, 5 years after Mr. Barron published his paper. Computers at 4 research facilities in the western United States successfully exchanged data using packet switching. The 4 participants were the University of California at Los Angeles, the University of California at Santa Barbara, Stanford Research Institute, and the University of Utah. An existing router, known as IMP, was connected to mainframe computers at the 4 research facilities, and communications commenced. What began with just 4 locations soon grew one step at a time as universities and research institutes from other regions connected to the network. This early version of the Internet developed as a communication system for exchanging research data. The network continued to expand, crossing the oceans to Europe and Japan. And then, it became a network of computers linking the world. It was the Internet. In the 1990s, a growing number of ordinary people, not just researchers, began using the Internet. Today, the Internet has developed into a form of media used by about 500 million people worldwide.
I see. So the Internet we know today is more than it was initially intended for. It has become useful for everyone.
That's right. But the popularity of the Internet is growing, and its influence is having a wider impact. So
users of the Internet have to accept greater responsibility. Is that right?
Precisely.
I'm not stupid, you know. I took our last lesson to heart and made this.
What's that?
Kyusaku's 3 rules for the Internet. Number 1, look for information with true value. Number 2, be responsible for the information you put out. Number 3, explore the potential of the Internet for yourself.
Say, you're really on the right track.
Aren't I?
But in your case, I think there should be a number 4. But I have an idea of my own.
Number 4? What's that?
Be more diligent in studying about computers.
Goodbye.
Hey, he's gone.
Disappearing is the only thing he picks up on quickly.